If you want to increase your income and make more money, it's not about working harder, working smarter, more education, or even more skills. It's about becoming more valuable. And when you understand this concept, then you'll set yourself up for financial success. I used to think that my income was tied to my education, my occupation, my experience, and my skills. I remember having 2 master's degrees, working on a doctorate degree, and 10 years of work experience, yet I was driving for Uber and Lyft. And I would be frustrated thinking, I have all this knowledge, all this skill, all these degrees, and I'm still not making enough money to be able to survive on. I eventually got a stable job and made stable income, but I knew there was a glass ceiling above my head that I could not go above when it came to my earning potential. That's when my mindset changed and I shift my perspective on money. And then I did some research and I started studying how is it that people can make more money. And then I learned that the income that you make is not tied to any of those things that a lot of people think, but instead it is tied to your value. So I set out on a mission to try to find out how I could make myself as valuable as I can and how I could create markets that would be able to understand my value. So education is not always the way to go to increase your income. When you look at it, it is not the most educated people that are making the most amount of money. If that were the case, all the billionaires would be people with PhDs. On the contrary, many billionaires are the ones that actually dropped out of college. And then hard work doesn't necessarily correlate to increasing your income because the people who work the hardest, the people who out there paving the streets or cleaning the homes or the hotels doing the manual labor, just putting in the most amount of work doing bone breaking work, they are not the people who are the highest paid. And then the people who have the most skills, they may get paid a decent amount of money, but they're not necessarily the billionaires either. And so it's not even the people who have the most experience, because people could have been working somewhere 5, 10, 20 years, 40 years, 50 years, doesn't mean that they make the most money. So if you want to look at the most direct correlation to the income that you make is actually the value that you create, whether you're a business owner, whether you're a worker and you work for a business, whether you're an entrepreneur, whether you're a creative, whatever you do, it is about creating value. And when you understand this, then you can set yourself on a path to be able to drastically increase your income. This is great news for you because a lot of people feel like the only way for them to increase their income is for them to go back to school and take on debt and go there for a few more years on top of what they're already doing or go learn some additional skills. But in reality, what people are doing is looking in the wrong places. But because you're watching this video, I'm gonna point you in the right direction. And this is something that can work for you regardless of what industry you're in, what field you're in, what type of work you do, what skills you have. If you can just learn these key concepts, then you will be more valuable and you will increase your income no matter where you are and what you're doing. The way that you elevate your value and increase your income is through an acronym that I created called CLIMB, which stands for Communication, Leadership, Impact, Market, and Brand. And it means that when you put these together, then it helps you to be able to increase your income by elevating your value. And so when you look at it, let's start with brand. What your brand is that everyone has a brand. Your brand is how you are perceived. Your brand is what people are saying about you when you are not in the room. And so what happens is you can increase your brand. You can increase your brand by changing how people perceive you through associations, whether it's how you look or it's how you speak, through your associations, through who you affiliate with, who you hang out with, who your friends are, who your mentors are, through your professional associations are as well, what places you go to, where you hang out at, what companies you partner with. That helps your association, and so your brand association, which helps you to be able to elevate your brand, to make your brand more known to people. Now, one of the keys with brand is you want to make sure that people know who you are. So you want to increase your awareness by being intentional about the conversations that you're having, the people that you're speaking to, what you're posting on social media, and what you are putting out into the world. And so on top of brand, what you want to look at is you want to look at market as well. A lot of people are stuck in the wrong market. Like I said, I was in a market where you have a glass ceiling over your head and you can't make over a certain amount of money. But the good thing is that there are markets within markets. And so without leaving the market that you're in, many people think, oh, I need to change markets completely. You may be in a great market and you just need to find the market within the market where your skills and what you're able to do is able to shine with its full potential. After that, you're looking at impact. With whatever you're doing, you want to make sure that you are having an impact. But it's not just an impact on anything. You want to make sure the work that you're doing is having a direct impact on revenue. When you can show what you're doing, whether you're a business owner, whether you're a professional, whether you're just working for an organization, no matter what it is that you're doing, you're an entrepreneur, what you want to do is you want to show that you are having impact on the revenue of whoever is compensating you or whoever you're doing business with or whoever you're getting money from. And if you can show the correlation between what you're doing and how it's benefiting someone financially, then that will help you to be able to charge more and even to make more money. Then you have to look at leadership. If you want to elevate your value, increase your income, you're gonna have to become an even better leader than what you are today. You can study leadership for 10, 20 years, and you'll need to go study it for another 10 and 20 years because there's always room to be able to grow. And the more your income grows, you'll get into a level where you're gonna have to hire people and you're gonna have to get people on your team. Or if you're working somewhere or you have a business, then what you want to do is you want to be able to get compensated based off of what your team is doing instead of based off what you're doing. You can only do so much, but you could get more done with 10 people than you can get done by yourself. So you have to be able to learn how to become a leader so that you can have a bigger impact. And then lastly, it's tied to communication. Your communication is huge when you're going in, you're asking for that raise, or you're trying to sell this product or these services, or you're trying to get this partnership with this business, or whatever you're trying to get done, you have to be able to communicate how it benefits the other person. And if you can communicate how it benefits them financially, saves them money in the long run, or even makes them more money, then that's when you become even more valuable because you have a direct impact on the revenue. I want to help you to continue to become more valuable. So if you enjoyed this video, then you have to watch my next video, which is about brand. And when you find out how to expand your brand, you will elevate your value and increase your income.